Hello there and welcome back to Space Marine. It's actually been a little while since I did a full round for a video, so I thought I would fix that today. We are of course on the Shattered Bridge map with our usual Stalker Melter combination, and we are looking to make a horrible mess of the enemy team. More so than usual because at the time of recording I was actually kind of frustrated about something. I'm not entirely sure why, but I was not in a good mood while recording, so I thought I would take out all my frustration on the other team. Coming around this corner we see our first hapless victim injured and looking the wrong way, so he goes down pretty quickly. We get attacked by an Assault Marine who somehow doesn't live long enough to be killed by us. And there are a few more enemies on the other side, one of which we can drop, and this guy is coming at us with a combat blade against a melter gun, but for some reason he doesn't seem too keen on dying either, so eventually he goes down after a few shots. That plasma cannon doesn't seem to have realised the danger he's in until it's too late, so he also gets dropped with a few headshots. And coming around here there are quite a few Assault Marines around. Moving out we take a bit too much fire, so it is time to drop back into cover before we do go down. We're taking fire from that side and I'm not entirely sure how we didn't get killed, but I think the enemy's attention was elsewhere, which is quite fortunate for us. It's time to see if we can head round and actually hold down this point for a moment so we can capture it. There's an Assault Marine sort of blocking it. Can't quite finish him, even though I think we did land 2 headshots. He does escape, and there are way too many enemies to stick around there. Time to head up on a flanking route around the back. See what we got on the bridge. Oh, that's Assault Marine again. He seems to have escaped twice in a row. We can't have that. Let's see if he's still down there. We've got a few Assault Marines lining up nicely for us here. So they go down as well. And where's that Assault Marine gone? There he is. I think he must have been injured already going down so quickly, and a bit of a fumble here does eventually see us taking down that plasma cannon, swapping to the wrong weapon in the form of a bolt pistol. Somehow that worked out. Again, he must have been a little bit damaged beforehand, otherwise we would have been a very, very dead Space Marine. Or should I say, Chaos Space Marine anyway. We have got the second point nailed down, and it's time to start making a push on their home point. We've got an enemy tactical moving up, but he is a little bit oblivious and does go down. This Assault Marine doesn't seem to want to stay around for a fight. There's no point trying to chase him, he's way too far away. This Assault Marine, on the other hand, we might have a chance at finishing, although can't quite get an angle on him for the pistol. So let's head up this ramp and see what we can see. Oh wow, that is a lot of enemies. I'm not entirely sure what to do here, so it's just a matter of firing a couple of melter shots and then backing off with a blind nade to cover us. We are on kill streak 9, so I don't really want to go down just yet. There's the max kill streak. Just a little bit of a misclick sees us do a combat blaze strike as well. We are being attacked by an Assault Marine who doesn't seem to die at all. I don't know about that. There's 2 melter shots and then we get dinked in the head by his foot. As I say, I'm really not in a good mood anyway, so that just only served to make things even worse. If I'd been thinking straight, I would have just waited for the respawn on B, but no, instead I decided, as I do so often, that typing an angry comment was far more worthwhile than actually winning the game. But anyway, it's not going to have too much effect, I don't think. They are moving up to capture it, and indeed they did get the decal. Possibly my fault. So let's push around and see if we can clear them out. That melter gun was disoriented by the flashbang, or should I say blind grenade. I'm playing too much XCOM 2, I'm getting all the names in a muddle. A couple of assaults around there. This plasma pistol guy is going to have no chance of finishing us before we can close and kill him. Tactical here, but again he's got no chance. More in the distance. Can't seem to quite get the kill shot, but eventually we do. But we're not quite clear yet because there's an Assault Marine coming in. Let's try and hit him before he can land. Not quite before he lands, but I was quite surprised to get that kill there. 5 solid hits, just tracking him down. There's another one moving in. He does escape this time though. Shifting round to a better position, we can see that some enemies have chosen a very bad place to stand and snipe. There is actually no cover to be had in that little tunnel area, which means it's a bit of a shooting gallery. Again, this Assault Marine seems to have got a bit stuck. Another bad place to be, really, when there's a Stalker Bolter around. This one, on the other hand, does do some serious damage to us. Doesn't seem to want to chase us down. I think maybe he was low on health as well, although he's gone round here. Our friend hits him a few times. And little hip-firing air shot does take him down as well. Once again on kill streak 9, this Assault Marine is just going to get shot clean out of the sky with a few quick shots. And this tactical is going to suffer a similar fate with a headshot. With that kill we are left with only 1 shot left in our Stalker Bolter, so it's time to push up in search of some ammunition. That plasma cannon there is fortunately venting after his charge shot, so can't manage to hit us before we can escape. And we do have a nice little flanking route setting up here. The enemies are oblivious at the moment that we're here. Although that last cannon behind us has seen us. No ammo from him. Let's see if this guy... There we go. That's very kind of you, sir. And what about you? Oh, doesn't seem to want to die. Eventually does go down. And indeed drops some ammo for us. Very generous. On another day we might have been sensible and dropped back to get some health back and take up our sniping position again, but that is not today. So we're going to go forwards again, put a blind nade out there to cover our recovery, and also head around the back to see if we can make that flanking route work again. There's a lot of enemies around this area, so we'll have to be super careful. In fact, there is a las cannon there who we'll have to knock out before we can get past to get at the backside of these enemies. This assault marine 2 is going to be a little bit of a problem. Not quite finishing with the first shot, the second one does the trick very nicely. We're in a bit of a tight situation here with enemies spawning and moving round for vengeance. Indeed, there's an assault marine right there. We can just about take him out and finish the other guy with a pistol before we get flanked and killed by a respawning stormbolter. This is actually turning out to be a pretty good game for us. No more than halfway through, we've already got 28 kills. It's time to respawn back in on the central point if we can hold it that long. Unfortunately we can't. So we'll have to respawn back at point A and knock down that assault marine. Meanwhile our kills from the previous life are still popping up, and we have just added another to that. Once again, time to push round this side and see if we can clear out the centre point again. That assault marine is going to go down very quickly with a few headshots. There's another one here who does land a charge shot on us, which puts us in a bit of a sticky situation with assaults raining down and heavy bolter fire coming in from the side, so it's time to leg it and camp in this corner for a little bit. If I'm not mistaken, the heavy bolter is still there, indeed he is, so now our armour's regenning, we can get out and take him down. We can aim a little bit with the melter gun, then finishing with the pistol. Being chased by an assault marine, so it is time for us to get out now. Oh, there he is. He's just a little bit oblivious, as most assaults in this game seem to be. That tactical has already been killed, so that won't be our kill. Oops, that's quite a few enemies. Blind nade out. Ah, that was unlucky. Blinded ourselves. Well, there are quite a few. Time to drop back a little bit. And that was a bit of a mistake, trying to stay and fight. Should have gone straight to the cover. Does end up getting us killed. With a bit of luck, our team will be able to hold the central point, or at least, well, keep them from taking it before I can get back there. I'm not entirely sure how likely that'll be. I don't know the capacities of our teammates, really. I haven't seen much of them. Well, there's quite a few forming a bit of a strong attack, so we can take out that plasma gun. The heavy bolter, though, is going to be a little bit more troublesome. Well, not that much more troublesome, I guess. And that plasma gun in the back doesn't want to stay and fight, having seen what happened to his two friends. There's someone still on the point, but they're making a break for it, so they go down. And it does look like we're clear to finish the capture. Let's just head around and make sure there's no one else remaining. That heavy bolter has respawned, and there's a plasma gun here. Can't quite finish him, and what about that bolt pistol shot? Just taking his head off with a very quick one shot. We are being attacked by assault marines, so there's no time to celebrate, and indeed there are two. Two of power axes. I don't know what this is with power axes suddenly. It's really not a viable weapon, even when two of them are trying to mug one tactical who hasn't really got a clue that the other one's there. Similarly to that poor stormbolter who just jumped and murdered by a single shot. Looks like there's a plasma gun lining up some shots up ahead, but again he's dropped before he can really get off one or two. In fact, I think there's only one. There's an assault marine making a break for it through the tunnels. Not really a great place for an assault marine to be, especially because he can't use his jump pack down there. That puts us on kill streak 9. We have been jumped on by an assault marine, and we bit off a bit more than we could chew with that evasion. So we finally do go down. There's only a few seconds left, so there's no reason not to take rapid deployment and get right back in there in the final closing seconds in search of one or two ending kills. Doesn't look too likely unless we can get around that corner and hit someone in the backside. Just about, and that ends the round. Pretty good round, I would say, especially as when I'm in a bit of a mood, it usually ends up going worse rather than better, but 42 for 4 is very solid indeed, especially considering the rest of our team. Although, that said, the other team was pretty terrible overall, I'm afraid, but I'm pretty happy with that all the same. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you on the battlefield.